Hi everybody, welcome to this week's science video with me, Becca from the North East Autism Society, and today we're joined by Tony and Danny from the Life Science Centre Newcastle.
Hello.
Hi.
So can you tell us a bit more about what we're going to be doing today then?
Yes, well, earlier some of the young people asked if we could look at lava lamps and other things that bubble around. So let's give it a try. You will need a glass.
A glass? I guess we should be very careful handling this because it could be sharp if it breaks.
Definitely. Some water.
Water.
Some food coloring. Mine is blue.
I've got red food coloring.
You will also need some cooking oil. This is sunflower oil.
Cooking oil.
But any cooking oil will work, doesn't have to be sunflower. And finally, some fizzy tablets.
Fizzy tablets.
So I think we need to be careful with this one, maybe get our grown-ups here to help us with tablets, check that they're safe.
Definitely. The ones we're using are vitamin C tablets, and they work quite well. But yeah, definitely ask your grown-up.
We've got some food items here, but it's important to remember these aren't edible because we're using these for the food experiment.
Definitely, yeah. First step, we're going to take our glass and fill it about a quarter of the way up with water.
Okay.
And add to it some of our food coloring.
Water and food coloring. Mine's a paste, so I have to get it out with a spoon.
So that's a nice blue color.
Ooh, I like that blue.
Going to give it a little swirl to mix it. There we go.
There we go. Nice bright red.
A very
I've
nice
also
red.
got some kitchen paper handy in case things get messy.
A good idea.
Spinach.
Next step is going to be to add in the oil, and we want to add about twice as much oil as we've added water. And a good tip for when you're adding it is to hold the glass at a bit of an angle so the oil at the start runs down the side, and this will stop it from churning up the water and the food coloring and taking some of the color away.
Okay. So glass at 45 degrees on a diagonal, pour the oil in.
And once you've got some oil in, you don't have to be on quite as much of an angle as long as you're pouring slowly.
It's interesting. It's separated, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's made a separate layer on top, and that's because the oil is less dense than the water, and so it floats on top of it.
Wow, yeah.
Our final step is going to be to add in a fizzy tablet. I'd suggest breaking it into a few smaller pieces first, and these tablets smell quite strong of orange, at least the ones that I have, so that's something to be aware of.
Yeah. And is the oil quite slippy as well?
It can be, yeah.
If it's on your hands, very slimy, slippy.
Okay, so I've broken this tablet into a few pieces, and let's do a countdown, Tony.
Go. I've got 4
There we
pieces.
go, looking good. Yep, same. Let's do a countdown from 3, and then we'll drop in all of our bits of tablet and look closely and observe what happens.
Okay.
3, 2,
1.
They've all sunk to the bottom.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're fizzing. Oh, if you look at mine.
Wow, look at Danny's.
Wow.
Rising up and sinking down. Nice big blue blobs.
My bubbles are much smaller. Whoa.
Oh, I think yours is picking up the pace, Tony. Maybe it's because mine's in a smaller glass.
Yeah.
It's actually really quite calming when you're watching the bubbles rise and fall, isn't it?
Yeah, you can watch it for a long time, and it's up and down.
Mine all seem to be going up right through the center. It reminds me a bit of like a a volcano reaching up or
Mm.
something like that.
Yeah, it looks a bit like a tornado twisting
Yeah.
round and round.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but yours is starting to do some faster ones, Tony, as well.
Yeah, and there's a few
it's
bigger
going to-
drops, which
Yeah. Oh, it's
there it
coming
goes.
down
It's
now
starting
as
to sink
well.
down.
Wow.
So we have got there, just yours took a little bit longer, but it's still doing the same thing. I like that one blob that's just dancing up and down in the middle.
They're really
It's really
good. I love
cool.
that.
Hey, there we go. I've got lots of blobs going up and down now.
So what's happening here, Tony or Danny?
The fizzy tablet has some chemicals in it that, when you add it to water, begin to react together. And as they react, they make carbon dioxide gas. That gas starts to rise up through the liquids to the surface, but as it goes, it takes with it some of the water and some of the food coloring. And combined, those three things are less dense than the oil, so they all float up in a blob to the surface. When it gets to the surface, the bubbles burst and the gas goes away into the air, and that water and food coloring is now more dense than the oil again, so it sinks back down.
So bubbles with gas float up, and bubbles without the gas sink down.
Exactly, and this happens again and again and again as the reaction keeps happening at the bottom, and we get a pretty cool lava lamp effect with it all rising and falling.
Yeah, that's really good. I love that one this week. Well, thank you very much for showing us that. And if you do try this at home, remember to send your photos and videos in. Get creative, use different colours, and yeah, share them with us. Have fun, and we will see you next week. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.